what you're looking at right here is the Tartarian Empire. So pretty much the Tartarian Empire is like a advanced civilization, or it's an advanced civilization that we had before America type stuff. Before you start seeing all these buildings that you see today, they had these buildings, and these buildings were created or designed by the Moors. So one of the biggest reasons that they delete and trying to remove this from history, because they don't want you to know that black people, melanated people, built a lot of these structures. They were built and designed by the Moors. That's why you don't see people actually, when you look up these buildings, they don't show you how they were built. They don't show you, like, because you know how, like, in building, when they building something, they show you like how it's built, or them actually building it, like the actual construction work. They don't show you it. They don't show you how it's built, because they don't want you to see that, and they don't want you to see or know that black Moors designed and built these structures from Egypt, from all these ancient civilizations. These type buildings right here, they used to, these little nodes that you see on the top, these little triangle things that y'all see on the top, those are called, I forget what those called, but I think those are nodes. But pretty much what those do, they pull energy from the ether. They pull energy from the ether to make the building alive. When you look at a lot of those type buildings today, you will see that the little triangle shit is missing. You will see in a lot of these buildings, like you will see the whole Tartarian building, but you will see that the little triangle shit on top is missing out of a lot of them. Like, let me see if I can show you. Oh, well, they don't have, pretty much these are all intact. Like, these are all intact. But this little triangle, if y'all can see my thing, this little triangle thing, they would take these off and reconstruct them and use them for whatever they, you know, military, whatever they trying to use it for. But pretty much they remove these on top, and now it's a dead building. It's a dead building. But pretty much what that node do is it pulls energy from the ether and make the building alive. So now when you're in the building, you're being charged up. You starting to get downloads while you're starting to heal naturally when you're in these buildings. So they destroyed these buildings, and these are really power centers and power regulators for the city, for the buildings, for like in Buffalo, New York. Those four pillars right there were power regulators for the city. Keep the city positive, keep the city clean energetically, keep positive energy flowing from the ethers into the city. They deleted them. They destroyed these buildings, you know, and they call them world fairs and stuff. Like they do world fairs and stuff at them to try to stay you away from a whole empire that they're trying to hide under our nose. The only buildings that they keep like this is town halls and the White House and a lot of these courthouses and stuff like that, because they want those buildings to stay powerful so they can conduct business in it. They can conduct esoteric business in it. They can start bringing magic into their offices and their buildings. That's why the system is so strong, because they're using a lot of these Tartarian Empire buildings. They're still using all of these buildings to keep their mind and their energy up. That's why they be quote unquote, that's why they just, nobody can figure out how the hell they still on top, bro. It's because they took over all our technology and they're using it for themselves. They're using it for the systems, and they put us in these weak ass buildings with no goddamn nodes on top, and they put a concrete slab under your house. Concrete do not hold electrical charge. It do not let etheric or earthly energy come through your house. Concrete. And they put all the roads concrete. All the roads concrete. That do not bring electrical charge. But yeah, concrete pretty much disconnects you from earth. But yeah, man, this is real, bro. And then they try to tell you, oh, Thomas Edison built the light. Oh, fucking what his name is? Nikola Tesla did a lot of the. No, bro. That's fake history, bro. We've been doing this since beginning of time, bro. Since the beginning of time down there. No, bro. They did not create none of them shit, bro. And I'm tired of this trash history lying to us, bro.
Do you know about the Tartarian Empire? If you don't, that's very bad. But it's okay, I'll explain. Listen to this. So the Tartarian Empire was an advanced civilization which once ruled in what we know today as Russia, but also spun out to the Americas. But when the empire was destroyed, they was removed from history and wiped off the map. This is the official Tartarian flag. They are the ones that build buildings like this, and yes, buildings like this, and they were the ones that built the so-called Tesla Tower long before Nikola Tesla. They are known for building buildings with antiquitech, which is a natural atmospheric energy conductor, which produces free energy. And a lot of people ask, why would they remove this from history? What if you knew that in the past we had free energy, electricity, and advanced technology? It would make you question everything we've been told about his story. Oh my days. Do you know about the Tartarian Empire?
Facts.
If you don't, that's very bad.
Facts. Facts. It would change everything you know about history, bro.
All right, folks, take a look at this here. I want y'all to take a good look. Look there. If you see right there, basically what they did was they removed the cathodes.
Cathodes.
They strategically, see, what I want y'all to realize is this. There's a dark evil here, okay? You understand when you have a dark evil at work because it's taken away positive energy from you. These are made to harness ether from the atmosphere. You guys know that. After following my page, you have been taught that. You see these on what? All the cathedrals, right? Now, you have to ask yourself, why would y'all strategically leave everything else here, but specifically, look here, look. It used to look like a temple with cathodes. Cathodes are gone. Nice cathode here for ether. Cathode is gone. Look right here. Now, if you to the layman eye, you can't see nothing, but look here. It's gone. Look at this device. Understand something very simple, people. We are looking at devices. We are not looking at buildings. Okay? You're not looking at buildings. You're looking at a device that was defaced and taken apart. Okay? It's like taking the negative terminal off of a battery and the wire coils, so it can't charge up. Y'all getting what I'm saying? Just like in the Buffalo World Fair, look at these structures. What do you think are here? These are energy devices. Look very close. Energy devices. Look at the size of these stone structures. Now look at what they did to them. Look at that. Yeah, that's them. There were 4 of them. All of them had horses on top, horse statues on top. They were huge. Look at what they did to those. Why? Those were energy stabilizers, part of the entire system of the city, of the Tartarian city of Buffalo. They stood there as energy stabilizers. Look at them right there. Those that you're looking at right here are these right here. And they knocked them down. Why would you destroy the main energy centers of the city? You can see this column. This is a circuit right here. This is what they destroyed. This is where you see all those people gathering. Up here is the big water basin, and all the way back there is the electric tower I did a video on. You have to ask yourself something. Why would you destroy part of a beautiful, this is sitting on water.
Beautiful,
you already
bro.
know this is conduct energy.
Because they don't want to know, they want you to know who built it, bro.
The whole point of the video is to show y'all how these cities operate and what they did to steal the devices and strip these buildings down and make them like basic buildings that don't harness energy, make them dead buildings. See, if you have a building that's alive and it's harnessing energy, it's alive, it's connected to the ether, it's connected to the source. You take off its devices, you shut it down, it's like the building goes resonating at a frequency, and you go and you shut the building down and you create this garbage. So just know, when you're out here looking at these Tartarian castles, they're supposed to look like this. They're supposed to have all their devices still attached to them. Welcome back, TikTok. Let's go.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And for people was like, well, what do you mean by the Moors? Before I do any other video, I'm gonna show you this Moor video right quick.
This is gonna blow your mind. This is the real Tartarian original family lineage. Okay, this is going back really far. We're looking at like 11th, 12th century. That is still, I think, the Habsburg Moor. It's amazing. The shield, The shield is the same thing, the same shield. He's also carrying something that I've seen in China, because I have traveled extensively around East Asian countries.
In a country that has one God, either.
That is a very important. The Taoist temples. It's crazy that it actually is also associated with one of the three kings that visits Jesus. Incense, I think one of them was gold, incense, frankincense. And this is the Coburg Moor. Must be around the 8th century when Europe was invaded by the Moors, the Tartarians, or the Persians. They built their buildings with mortar, a combination of both empires' names, the Moor and the mortar. Nobody's ever said anything to me about this. I worked this out pretty much myself, so your intuition doesn't matter, your background, your education, your profession is irrelevant. It's intuition, it's genetic memory. So that's the Coburg Moor. That's one of the three families that combined to create the British monarchy. One of the three families that was combined to create the British monarchy that escaped and went to Europe in the 1800s to escape the revolutions which began in France when everyone got beheaded, and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia when one of the three Tartarian kings was murdered. And everything that has happened since in our modern history from World War I till today has happened because one of the three Tartarian kings was killed. Were they all related? Well, are you ready for this? It's gonna get even crazy. I also wanted to show this. There is a lot of this information online. This is another one of the original Tartarians, one of the original Moorish Tartarians when they were combined, Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, which wasn't in Africa, but then I'm not doing that today. Okay, wait a minute, hang on, really? This is the only one that I have seen myself. This is a king of America, probably the first king to ever invade Europe. Yeah.
Look at all our beautiful history right there. And notice the skin color of the man. They know the truth, bro. That's why they hide it. You see what I'm saying? Notice the skin color of the man who's teaching you this video right now. They be knowing, bro. I'm telling you, they be knowing. And I'm so grateful for him, bro. People that just tells the truth, bro. Nigga not gonna get mad. Nigga ain't about to retaliate for what y'all did in slavery. We just want to know our truth. That's it. So we can start rebuilding and bringing more knowledge and more esoteric things from the ethers, like how we've been doing, to help this world. That's all we want. But people don't want to help this world. They want to hurt it. You see what I'm saying? That's why they remove all the Tartarian Moorish bells. They destroyed all the bells in World War II, created by the Moors, Tartarians, to help bring positive energy and etheric energy to the earth. I'm about to show y'all the bell video right next. This way, I'm about to show y'all the bell. When we look at this beautiful history right here, you know, even though I ain't gonna say that was all beautiful now, because it was a lot of bad stuff that done happened with the Moors and stuff too. But we gonna show y'all the beautiful bells. And I heard the Moors run America too. Let's look at this beautiful history, man. Let's look at this beautiful architecture that they cannot even replicate to this day.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at these bells, bro.
So they've replaced the bells with cell phone towers. They say that the cell phone towers are safe, but there's been plenty of 1970s U.S. Navy documents and Department of Defense documents showing that they're not safe. When the bells ring, Number one, they can deter a storm, which I thought was really interesting when I was researching. People ringing bells to get rid of the storms in Europe. And then also, too, they could heal and harmonize the surrounding land. And you could also ring a bell if there's a weirdo in the town. You know, you can ring the bell and make people aware that there's some strange people trying to invade your town. It kind of worked for different purposes. And the other reason, too, during World War II, a lot of the bells were destroyed. But I started to notice that that was after World War II that a lot of the bells were destroyed. And a lot of these pictures of those bells, they have language written on them. They have all these different languages that I've never seen before. The one was a combination of Spanish and Italian, and it was some old language. And I started thinking, oh, okay, so if you remove this, now people don't see these cultures or these people who also used to exist. So you get into bells, and it's a pretty remarkable one the more you go down it. So they've replaced the bell.
Woo! Boy, I'm just glad that other races are seeing our real true history, bro. Like, that's beautiful, bro. That's real beautiful. That's real beautiful. Look up some more buildings, bro.
You really believe this was built with hammer and chisel?
Another Tartarian building, man.
You really
like some Genghis
This
Khan
video
type
is
stuff.
only hundreds of years old. We were so more advanced than what we think. History is a complete lie. They are covering up something. This is definitely some sort of anti-gravity technology used by the ancient Tartarians. History is his story. These videos are not just it. There are pictures of the ancients using advanced technology that we do not even use to this day. Why are we not told about this? And why is this not in our history books? This looks like some sort of spirit technology to see the other side, or some sort of hologram technology. What do you think?
Jayla, let's wake the people up, man.
This video is only hundreds of years old.
Let's get it. Let's get it, man. See what these bells do. That's a soundboard sound, isn't it? Y'all know what it is when y'all hear it. Hey, look, listen to that beautiful. Why would they want to destroy these? Healing. I bet y'all feel that frequency through the phone, bro, or whatever you watching this on, through the TV. Why would they want to destroy this, bro? What evil entity on this planet would want to destroy bells, bro? Somebody's in power that just didn't care about none of the stuff we built and just want to say, well, we're going to strip those for parts. Let's strip those for parts, strip those for our military. What is it for? We don't need them. Now you wonder why the whole earth is going into a ruckus right now. You wonder why so much unaliving is going on earth right now. You wonder why so much negative energy on earth right now, because y'all destroyed some of the energy regulators that we had. Y'all wonder why so many people getting locked up. Y'all wonder why so many people bro. Just let us be great again so we can fix this earth, bro. Point blank.
The people who were fighting, when they were fighting in these wars, they were fighting for these buildings. Like, these buildings have been around for such a long period of time, and different people would inhabit them or take them.
Exactly.
And the people around them would fight them for them. And it just blew my mind because I found these pictures of castles where they just have moats and all kinds of things around them. And now they don't have any of that. And I started thinking through each fight or war or whatever it was of these different people, then all of a sudden things kind of got broken down. But it really started to make me question everything. And then I found one book which kind of blew my mind, the Boys' Book of Airships. And they were explaining flight in 1783. But flight was not displayed until about 1901 with the World Fair. So it's made me start to realize that a lot of stuff goes back a lot farther. There's nothing new under the sun. And the more I would explore this topic and just kind of, just pick one, like flight or materials, whatever, nothing added up. And I realized that because these buildings, when you walk into them, I went into a couple cathedrals in New York City. When you walk into them, they touch your soul. It's very hard to explain, but you get goosebumps and you can feel this building. And I found footage
building
from
is
that
alive.
building from 1899. The people who were fighting, when they were fighting in these wars,
1899, bro.
like these buildings have been
1899, bro. And you hear we said when he walked in the building, it feels alive. It touches your soul when you walk in the building. That's why they only use those buildings for church. You know, shit the fuck up your brain. Yes, but it's not the actual religion. It's the actual church. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't know nothing about history. You know, you thinking it's just, oh, it's Jesus, it's Muhammad, it's Buddha. But look at the building you in first before you even see what they put in the building. I could put crackers in the building and I could tell you, worship this cracker and you will feel great. You will be saved. And you might actually feel that if you in a Tartarian building, you might actually think I'm telling the truth. Because the building, you feel it, your soul is being touched while you in this building. It's activating your DNA. The building is activating your DNA. It's tapping you into higher frequencies by walking into the building, bro. That's why they put all these fire buildings inside, you know. Yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that, bro. That's so irritating, man. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna figure that out.
I lived in an old house. It had fireplaces in every room except the bathroom. The realtor told me that the fireplace cannot be used because it wasn't built properly. I thought it was strange. The Tartarian fireplaces did not burn. Fireplaces were as spectacular as the buildings they stood in. But unlike the way we use fireplaces today, the fireplaces themselves were not designed to burn anything. The chimneys were not used to draw smoke out of the fireplace, and out of the house's structure were not used primarily to provide any structural support. The reinforcement in the house was connected to the dome of the tower on the roof, which was quite possibly filled with various substances such as mercury, radium, or quartz crystal, and metal bars sticking out from the top and sides of the building. Everything was then connected with the metal back sheeting found inside the original Tatar fireplaces and chimneys. Metal poles sticking out of the upper and sides of houses and other Tatar buildings acted as ethereal electric antennas that harnessed the power of the ether to channel this free energy into the chimney. The air ventilation shafts, air ducts, found in the rooms of the house were connected to the chimney.
Wow.
Ionized air, along with rising and falling currents of hot and cold air, created a pressure electric vacuum inside the chimney. During the winter, chimneys acted as pressure electric vacuums emitting captured heat inside the chimney out over the fireplace. During the summer, the process would be reversed and the fireplace and ventilation pipes would absorb heat into the fireplace and air ducts, connected to the inside of the chimney inside the house and through ionized air from the etheric electrically charged metal backboard. Inside the KO mine would push the heat up the chimney and out the house. Reinforcement, dome, roof towers, and metal bars sticking out of the sides of the house acted as a spider, attracting ether and concentrating etheric energy throughout the house. Just like spiders can grow and survive without food and water if they touch their web, Tartarians were able to live without food and water provided they remained inside their etherically charged home.
Damn, so these people didn't have to eat. These people did not even have to eat because their buildings were feeding all of their cells energy. Wow. They didn't even have to eat, bro. How much these buildings used to charge you. This is crazy, bro.
They're hiding the true answer to this question from us. How is it that people who used horses and buggies constructed gigantic, intricate buildings like these? They allegedly only used hammers, manual saws, and basic tools. Does that make any sense to you? Look at these grand structures and ask yourself, how could they achieve all this with such primitive methods? It makes you wonder if our historical timeline is accurate or completely fabricated to hide something. It gets even scarier. What if the dates on these buildings are wrong, Imagine if that number 1 wasn't a 1 at all. Our history could be off by 1,000 years. This brings us to who could have built these intricate structures. Have you ever heard of Tartaria? Tartaria is a colossal empire that conveniently gets left out of mainstream history. But you can never truly erase history, as many references can be found in old maps and documents. Tartaria was a highly advanced civilization with technology and knowledge far beyond what we can imagine. They have even been credited to have built the Great Wall of China and many of these intricate buildings pictured earlier. Could Tartaria be the missing link that explains these architectural marvels and historical anomalies? They're hiding the true answer to this question from us.
Speaking of the Great Wall of China, let me go to that video. I wanna bombard y'all with all of this so y'all don't never be like, man, I don't know what's going on in this world. You should know after this video. Where that Great Wall of China at, bro? Y'all need that one. Right, y'all.
Well, have you heard the theory that it goes back to Tartaria, that the Great Wall of China, it's actually facing the wrong way. So like the holes that they would shoot arrows out of is facing towards China. It's suspected that another nation, it could have possibly been Tartaria.
That's super strange. Speaking of ancient, like the wall being built by something else, someone else possibly, you want to talk about that Chicago World Fair?
Yeah,
If it was a hidden secret civilization, they say, because there's pictures that were published in the Chicago newspaper.
it looked like ancient Rome. So they said that they built it for the World Fair, but then after they just tore it all down. And it's like, that doesn't sound
Why
crazy.
would you do that? It's absolutely beautiful.
It reminds me of that whole conspiracy theory that we just skip all those years. They rewrote the year of history that it was, and so we actually are living in right now
1500s or
now,
something.
yeah.
Right?
Now would be difficult because they have just the digital footprint that we have.
Yeah.
But it's like, it would be so easy just to convince people, this just didn't happen.
It's that whole Mandela effect thing.
I think it's confirmed. Like, it literally existed. Like, and so it's just, why get rid of something like that? I don't know. Maybe they just thought, back in the day, they wasted a lot of money.
Well, have you heard that?
Wow, man. Like, no more hiding from the truth, bro. No more hiding from the truth, bro.
They've been hiding the true answer to this question from us. Why are these doors and windows halfway in the ground? During the early 19th century, strange events were reported worldwide. Cities were being dug out from layers of mud and debris. Buildings were being revealed that were covered to their rooftops in mud. A global cataclysmic event buried entire civilizations, erasing them from history. But here is where it gets rather unsettling. The Tartarian Empire, an empire often depicted in old maps, was an advanced civilization that existed across Europe and Asia. They built architectural marvels, had access to advanced technology, and were able to harness energy from the atmos. The mud flood, many say, was a deliberate attempt to wipe out Tartaria from history, hiding their advanced technology and knowledge. But it gets even darker. Look at the world's fairs of the late 1800s and early 1900s. These elaborate buildings, resembling ancient architecture, were supposedly built in just a few years. After the fairs, they were supposedly demolished. Was this to erase evidence of an advanced pre-existing civilization? The Chicago World Fair in 1893, the Paris Exposition in 1900, and the St. Louis World Fair in 1904. These events showcased magnificent architecture, and on official papers they were apparently built with plaster and wood. Do these look like temporary structures to you? The sudden disappearance of these architectural marvels raises the question, were they remnants of the Tartarian Empire, conveniently disguised as temporary exhibits and then destroyed to hide their origins? They've been hiding the true answer to this
temporary
question from us.
exhibits.
Why are
they made it seem like, oh, we built this just for a world fair. Now we gonna destroy it. No, them buildings been there. They just said we gonna do one little last event here before we destroy it. That's all they said. Harness a good bit more energy and then destroy it and use that energy for whatever they about to use it for. See, this is an empire. Don't let me get into them big ass trees and stuff. Don't let me. I think that might be the next live, bro.
This is the Motherland Call statue in Russia. Allegedly, it was built between 1963 and 1967 to memorialize or remember the fallen Russian soldiers in the Battle of Stalingrad in World War II. Now, I don't think we actually built this, or they built it in 1963. I think this statue is a remnant of the Tartarian civilization that they don't teach about in the history books. They hide that history, and they don't want you to know because it has implications that would shake a lot of people. So look at this statue. This right here is an Attack on Titan size statue. Look at this lady.
Oh, God.
And this is constructed out of concrete. She's holding a sword, which is metal, but this is concrete. According to the fake information on Wikipedia, the way they built this was they created a metal cast from scratch, the same shape and size of the statue, and they poured concrete into the cast to make this perfect statue back in 1963. Okay, that's cap, guys.
That's cap. That's cap, guys.
And they're saying that this statue is 290 feet tall, from the base of her feet to the tip of the sword. And if you look at these people next to this statue, you can tell this is bigger than a football field. A football field is about 360 feet, roughly. Look at the size of this lady. Do you really think they built that in 1963? It's cap. Look at those people down there. Can you see those people? They're trying to tell us that that is the size of a football field. Look at those specks, those people down there. Look at that lady's arm. That looks like a real arm. You mean to tell me they made a metal cast and poured concrete into it to create that arm? Look at that hand. Look at those fingers.
Because we know that's cap.
Statue.
They tell you anything, bro.
Really was
who the hell wrote fake history, bro? I need to meet that nigga face to face. Like, bro, you really fucked up the world. You know that, right?
They had to explain away why this statue was here, and the World War II Battle of Stalingrad was a perfect reason for that.
Exactly.
This is fake history. This is not real. They did not build that in 1963. All right? And of course, they have construction photos. So if you notice in this construction photo, the statue is already built. The sword is already in place. And all they're doing is putting scaffolding around a completed project so they can take photos to sell the lie in the history books. Because they have to explain why this huge, out-of-place, Greek-looking Attack on Titan statue is here. So they have to create the history around it. All right? They lie about it. And remember, the Photoshop is very powerful. It's a very powerful tool. They can add and subtract anything they want. Another construction photo where the guy's he's just climbing on it. And there's another dude over here under it, just hanging on, acting like they're building stuff. They're not building jack squat. They're not building nothing. This one's just for scale. Look at that dude. Look how small that dude is on that lady. Okay? That's a Titan. That's a Titan. Why'd they need to build it that big? Look at the magnificence of this. Look at the creases and the folds in this lady's gown thing. Look at it. It's blowing in the wind. There's no way they built that in 1963. And I know people are like, oh, well, they built skyscrapers and stuff. A lot of those skyscrapers in New York and some of these cities are Tartarian skyscrapers. People think that those construction photos are real. It's just dudes hanging out. Like, a lot of these buildings around and statues and stuff are from Tartaria. You need to look up Tartaria. And any construction bros, drop down in the comments and let me know if I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. But to me, this doesn't look like they built that in 1963. And that sword is metal. And in 1972, they said, oh, we replaced the sword with a higher...
Yeah, they would have... Somebody's in the comments said they would have filmed that in 1963. They had cameras and stuff. So they would have filmed some stuff like that. Where's the video? We had cameras in 1963, fam. Why I don't see no videos? I don't believe none of that.
Another building that makes no type of sense for the timeline we in. The state capital of Philadelphia. First of all, bro, why did you even have to build this skyf, this whatever it's called? Why did you even have to build that? It's already
a node, bro.
4 stories. And of course,
it pulls energy from the ethers, bro.
Of this building being started. Because why? They didn't build it. It took them 4 years to build this. 0 construction photos. But we could go on a limb and say, oh, they're in the archives. They haven't released them. Why? Half of them construction photos be looking CGI. Some random dude sitting on a steel pillar 5,000 feet in the air, swinging their feet, eating a sandwich. That garbage ass shit. That's a fallacy, bro. Philadelphia was founded on October 27th, 1682. Founded in, mind you, 1682. That's before the Constitution. Who finding shit?
Notice how out of place this building look compared to all the other buildings, bro. Just notice.
No.
Like, you cannot make this up, bro. You cannot make this up, bro.
There's a big difference between the way we build and the way they built. Let's take a look at some of these Tartarian structures here we have in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's Milwaukee, Wisconsin right here.
Every building that you see on these videos have no construction photos at all. Some built in the late 1800s and some built in the early 1900s, but no construction photos for none.
All over America, bro. I'm pretty sure if you go in like a old city, you will see a building like that. I'm from Charleston. I'm about to go back to Charleston, South Carolina. I'm about to really look now, like see if it's any buildings like this, bro. Pillars and shit, all them old shit.
And what I noticed, a dead giveaway for Tartarian buildings is the copper antennas, the copper tops. You see that greenish kind of tintish look. And look at this beautiful castle we'd have down here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, downtown.
Oh God, Jayla.
Those square rectangular windows is where they used to shoot arrows out. So that building built way before we had guns. Wow.
You cannot make this up, bro.
Just beautiful structures all downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beautiful.
All the gargoyles and stuff that be in the front, that's spiritual protection, bro. That shit already tell you. All the gargoyles and stuff they be having on these buildings, spiritual protection, bro.
The original building has been
keeps negative energy, negative people, negative entities out the building.
You can tell that it's been bricked over. You see the difference between the two stones and the brick color. It must have been some kind of temple hidden underneath the brick.
They steal these buildings, bro, and that's young. Yeah, that's sick, man. They steal these buildings and use it for their system. That's all they use it for, bro.
Copper top.
They use the technology of the building. This whole building is a technology. They use it for whatever they trying to use it for whatever. You know,
a big difference between the way we built and the way they built.
White houses, you know, corporate buildings and courts and stuff like that. And
thank you,
bro. This 2025. We ain't about to just keep talking, nigga. It's time to show y'all the proof. This is proof, nigga.
It's a big difference between
this is proof that black people used to run this world. Melanated people used to run this motherfucker. The Moors, these are Moorish buildings, bro. The Tartarian Empire, that's another Moorish empire that these Anunnaki beings or these extraterrestrial beings work with to help build a lot of these stuff. Just saying, ones that help us build the pyramids, bro. These big ass statues. You seen that big statue I just showed you in Russia? That's why they keep building these huge shit, because there are actual people of that size here. Just like in Egypt, when you look in Egypt, it's those big ass niggas sitting on the damn Egypt steps. They actually were those sizes. That's what I'm saying, bro. And y'all seen these big doors and stuff. Y'all just see these random big ass doors or random big steps all over the world, nigga. Those was for those big ass Anunnaki creatures that came from space, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The time for sleep is over, bro.
All of these buildings all around here, as I told in class last night, they're ours. They belong to us. They're ancient, these buildings. There's a whole city underneath this city.
I can name 5 courthouses that look like this. On God, Jayla.
Energy centers. Our ancestors set up these energy centers that we call Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Detroit, right? Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles. They are energy centers. They're not where they are in huge, large cities just because of some coincidence. There's energy and power in these places. London, Rio de Janeiro.
Know y'all history, the real history. We ain't start off as no slaves, man. What's going on, bro? We got turned into slaves though, but we ain't start out no slaves, man. I just so glad to show y'all this, man.
History is a lie, and the Tartaria mud flood is proof. The mud flood theory claims a global disaster buried entire cities, wiping out the Tartarian civilization. Then history was rewritten to erase them. Why? Because Tartarians allegedly harness free energy, pulling power from the atmosphere through advanced architecture. A world with free energy meant no control through oil, gas, or electric monopolies. The elite couldn't allow that, so they erased Tartaria from history. The evidence? Buried buildings, underground windows, and grand structures that seemed too advanced for their time, many appearing centuries older than official records claim. If the mud flood really happened, then everything we've been told about history is a lie. So the real question is, what else have they covered up? What if history is a lie and the Tartaria mud
If you
flood
can't recreate it, take it for parts, use it, or destroy it. That's pretty much how they went. They didn't know how to recreate none of this shit. But yeah, man, they didn't know how to create none of this stuff, bro. So, man, yeah, do y'all research, bro. Look at when y'all actually go inside town or some of the courthouses y'all got to go to, actually look at y'all buildings and see, damn, this is a Tartarian building. Like, it's all over America, bro. I just showed y'all before. Y'all see it was in Wisconsin, Chicago, Los Angeles. It's buildings like this all over America, and you will start to see people be like, damn, what was the American civilization? We see all these great civilizations all over the world, but what was the American one? Tartaria. That's what was in America. Tartaria was here. This whole America was Tartaria, nigga. Tamiri, nigga. This was our ancient civilization that they trying to hide within literally truth in plain sight type shit. Go look at go look at all these shit, bro. This was Tartaria. This was Tamiri, bro. That's what this ancient civilization is, nigga. We built a lot of these shit. That's why in the Grand Canyon, they don't let you go in certain places in the Grand Canyon because you will see a lot of architectural Tartaria shit over there. They don't let you go to Antarctica because there's a lot of Tartarian shit over there. You'll see pyramids and all type of shit that you ain't never seen before in Antarctica. Look at places they don't allow you to go, and that's how you know it's shit that they just can't destroy or didn't want to destroy. And they're using it. Come on, man. This was Tartaria. So yes, this was America was before it was America, a corporation. Tartaria Tamiri, man. But yeah, love y'all, boy. Appreciate y'all, boy. People on YouTube, y'all, boy, want to comment live with me. Y'all want to see any of these lives. Y'all, boy, want to comment on here. Have your name on the screen so y'all can talk to me. Free promo. Y'all, boy, come to my Twitch, man. Arcaze can see, bro. Link in the description. But love all y'all, boy, man. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all, boy, think about this video. Let me know if y'all want me to do a part 2 or go deeper. Let me know. Shit, let me know. But I'm going to keep it rolling, bro. Love y'all, boy. Appreciate y'all, boy. Like, share, comment, and peace, bro.